Empires don't fall overnight. They fade quietly, while their people are busy arguing about everything else. From the streets of ancient Rome to the ports of imperial Britain, history has whispered the same warning again and again. Yet here we are, America, standing proud, powerful, and unaware that the same story might be unfolding once more. Every great empire believes it's different until it's not. So, what if the pattern that ended Rome, Spain, and Britain is already repeating right now? Just with new faces and digital flags? Rome began as a tiny republic. A few farmers and soldiers building roads, order, and dreams. It believed in discipline, innovation, and destiny. And it worked. Rome's engineers carved roads that still exist today. Its legions were unstoppable. Its economy thrived on trade and conquest. But the higher Rome climbed, the more it believed it could never fall. Pride slowly replaced purpose. The citizens stopped asking, "What can I give Rome?" and started asking, "What can Rome give me?" Rome didn't collapse from invasion alone. It rotted from within. Its people became obsessed with luxury, entertainment, and comfort. The Senate turned corrupt, armies fought for power, and citizens forgot the values that made them strong. The government printed more currency, devaluing the denarius. Sound familiar? Bread and circuses replaced responsibility. When the barbarians finally came, Rome wasn't conquered. It was simply too tired to fight back. Centuries later, Spain rose as the world's superpower. Fueled by gold from the New World, it built an empire stretching across continents. For a while, Spain seemed unstoppable. Its ships ruled the oceans. Its faith united nations. But beneath the gold and glory, cracks began to form. The empire's wealth came too easily, and the harder lessons of discipline and innovation were forgotten. Spain's power was built on treasure, not industry, and treasure runs out. The very gold that made Spain rich also destroyed it. Prices soared. Inflation devoured value. The Spanish crown borrowed endlessly to maintain its image of strength. When wars drained the treasury, Spain turned to debt. And when creditors stopped lending, the empire's power evaporated. Gold couldn't save them. Because the problem wasn't money. It was mindset. Spain's fall wasn't a sudden crash, it was a slow suffocation. Then came Britain, the empire of innovation. Coal, steam, and trade built a global network stretching from Africa to Asia. The sun never sets on the British Empire, they said, and it was true. London became the world's financial capital. The British pound was the global currency. But like Rome and Spain, Britain too believed the story would never end. Its industries grew old, its colonies grew restless, and its debts grew deep. After World War I, Britain's power dimmed. The cost of war was unimaginable, and maintaining an empire became impossible. The world shifted, America rose, colonies demanded independence, and the pound lost its crown. Britain didn't vanish, it adapted, but the empire was gone. The same pattern appeared again: overreach, exhaustion, debt, and decline. After 1945, a new empire rose, the United States of America. It wasn't built on conquest, but on innovation, freedom, and optimism. The world admired its creativity and courage. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, from Hollywood to the moon, America defined modern civilization. The dollar became the world's currency, just like the pound once was. For decades it seemed unstoppable, but history's pattern never changes. It only wears new clothes. As America grew rich, comfort took root. Debt replaced discipline. Entertainment replaced purpose. Politics turned into a show. The dollar was printed endlessly to keep everyone happy. And just like Rome, bread and circuses became digital. Scrolls, streams, and distractions. The empire didn't see decay. It called it progress. While America celebrated its dominance, others were preparing. China rose quietly. Russia rearmed. The world diversified away from the dollar. History was whispering again. Every empire plants the seeds of its successor. The world is no longer unipolar. It's shifting, realigning, testing the old order. The same winds that once toppled Rome and Britain are blowing again, only this time, they're digital and global. Empires of old conquered land. America conquered debt. The US dollar became the lifeblood of global trade, but at home, debt piled higher than mountains. Trillions printed, promised, and postponed. Rome debased its coin. Spain borrowed its gold. Britain printed pounds. America? We created dollars out of thin air and believed it had no price. Empires rarely collapse from outside attack. They implode from cultural confusion. When people forget why they exist, the foundation cracks. In Rome, luxury killed duty. In Spain, faith turned into control. In Britain, arrogance dulled innovation. And in America, division silences unity. The loudest voices no longer build. They only blame. History warns. Empires don't die in silence. They die in noise. Innovation once made empires strong, but now it accelerates their exhaustion. Technology connects us but also consumes us. Algorithms replaced leadership. Influence replaced wisdom. Rome had its arenas. We have our feeds. The stage is the same, only brighter and faster. Every empire gets lost in its own creation. When great powers decline, new ones rise, not by might, but by hunger. The same hunger Rome lost when its legions retired. The same hunger Spain forgot when its galleons overflowed. Today, nations once overshadowed by America are driven, disciplined, and patient. History rewards hunger more than pride. Every empire thought it was eternal. Rome will last forever. The sun never sets on Britain. The dollar will always rule. But history laughs at forever. The fall always begins with the belief that falling is impossible. That's when complacency takes over. And the clock starts ticking. The ruins of empires aren't just stones, they're mirrors. They reflect what we ignore: overconfidence, greed, and forgetfulness. The United States still has time. History doesn't demand collapse, it offers warning. But only if we listen. Strength isn't found in wealth or weapons. It's found in values that don't fade when times get hard. Empires can reset. Rome didn't, but America could. The future isn't set in stone. Every generation has a choice to repeat the pattern or break it. The question isn't, is America next? It's, will America learn in time? Because if history has taught us anything, it's that power doesn't guarantee survival. Wisdom does. 500 years, 5 empires, 1 pattern: rise, glory, decay, and denial. But patterns aren't destiny, they're reminders. Maybe this time, humanity can evolve before the cycle repeats. Maybe the real empire to build isn't of land or money, but of wisdom, empathy, and balance. Because history doesn't end, it waits for us to decide what we become next.